If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. The Seance that changed everything. The story becomes more puzzling when we examine the claim that Sarah met with a medium named Adam Coons in Boston. This supposed meeting changed everything for the grieving widow. According to the legend, Coons told Sarah that angry spirits of people killed by Winchester rifles were hunting her family. He said the only way to stay alive was to move west and build a house that never stopped growing. This dramatic tale has one major problem. No records from the 1880s show that Adam Coons ever existed. Boston had many well-known mediums during this time period, but none carried this name. City directories, newspaper advertisements, and spiritualist publications from those years contain no mention of him. Even stranger, no evidence shows Sarah ever visited any medium at all during her time in New Haven. The first written account connecting Sarah to this mysterious seance appeared in 1967. Author Susie Smith wrote about the Coons meeting in her book, but she provided no sources for this information. Where did she learn about this life-changing conversation? How did a story with no documented proof become the foundation for everything people believe about Sarah Winchester? The timing raises more questions. If this seance truly happened in 1881 or 1882, why did no newspapers or personal letters from that era mention such a remarkable event? Construction without end. Sarah turned her simple 8-room farmhouse into something far more complex. For 38 years straight, construction crews worked on her property in California's Santa Clara Valley. The building project started in 1886 and never really stopped until she died in 1922. Workers showed up every single day except Sundays and Christmas. The mansion grew in strange ways. Rooms appeared in odd places. Doors opened onto walls instead of hallways. Some staircases climbed straight into ceilings with nowhere to go. Sarah installed windows between rooms so you could look from one room into another instead of outside. She built cupboards only 1 inch deep that couldn't hold anything. Some fully furnished rooms got sealed behind new walls and forgotten. Official records show the final count included 160 rooms, 47 fireplaces, and over 10,000 pieces of glass. Workers installed columns upside down and created doors that opened onto 3-story drops. The project cost Sarah roughly $5.5 million in her lifetime. Modern experts who studied the house found no master plan or architectural drawings that could explain the bizarre layout. What drove Sarah to build such an impossible house for nearly 4 decades? The earthquake that sealed fate. At exactly 5:12 a.m. on April 18, 1906, the earth beneath San Jose began to shake violently. The San Francisco earthquake struck with devastating force, and the Winchester mansion bore the full brunt of nature's fury. In just over a minute, 20 years of careful construction crumbled into chaos. The damage was catastrophic. The mansion's towering 7-story section collapsed completely, taking most of the chimneys with it. An entire wing disappeared, along with the 3rd and 4th floors that Sarah had added over the years. Where grand balconies once extended from bedroom doors, only empty air remained. Water pipes jutted out from walls where window boxes had been moments before. Staircases that had led to upper floors now ended abruptly in midair, their destinations erased by the tremor. Sarah's response to this disaster reveals something puzzling about the ghost story that would later define her home. If she truly believed that stopping construction meant death at the hands of angry spirits, why did she make such a strange choice? Instead of rebuilding what had fallen, she ordered workers to clear away the rubble and simply seal off the damaged areas. The 7-story tower was never rebuilt. The collapsed north wing remained a skeleton of its former self. This decision challenges everything we think we know about Sarah's supposed supernatural fears. The mansion's most famous features, doors that open to nothing, stairs that lead nowhere, may not have been built to confuse spirits at all. They appear to be the accidental leftovers of earthquake damage that Sarah chose never to repair. The Debunking. The Winchester house drew countless visitors who left convinced they had witnessed something beyond explanation. Yet the most startling discovery about this famous mansion came not from ghost hunters or psychic investigators, but from a historian armed with nothing more than dusty county records. Mary Jo Ignafo spent years digging through official documents that had sat untouched in public archives for decades, and what she found changed everything. Ignafo discovered Sarah Winchester's own letters, written in her hand and filed away in county offices where anyone could have read them. These documents told a completely different story. Sarah regularly dismissed her construction crews for months at a time, sending them away during winter seasons and when money ran tight. This single fact destroyed the central claim that building never stopped for 38 years straight. The so-called ghost traps had simple explanations too. Those famously shallow stairs that supposedly confuse spirits? Sarah built them that way because arthritis made normal steps too painful to climb. The barred windows that seemed so strange were actually exterior windows that ended up inside when Sarah added new rooms around them. Even the mysterious sounds neighbors claimed to hear had a logical source. What about Sarah's midnight conversations with the dead? Ignafo found no evidence whatsoever that Sarah ever held a single séance in her home. The historian discovered that Sarah simply played her pump organ late at night when she could not sleep, creating the eerie music that drifted across the property in the darkness. The haunting continues. Yet despite decades of historical research proving Sarah's practical motivations, visitors continue to report strange experiences throughout the mansion. Tour guides document remarkably consistent accounts: sudden cold spots in specific rooms, footsteps echoing from empty hallways, and the distinct smell of bacon cooking in kitchens that have stood unused for years. Guests frequently describe hearing whispered conversations in rooms they know are vacant, while doors slam shut with no one nearby to close them. Modern paranormal investigators have brought sophisticated equipment to test these claims. In 2022, popular YouTube ghost hunters Sam and Colby spent an entire night in the mansion, recording what they described as unexplained temperature drops and electronic equipment malfunctions in areas where visitors most often report supernatural encounters. Their investigation documented several incidents they could not easily explain through conventional means. The mansion now carries the unofficial title of America's most haunted house, with some paranormal enthusiasts claiming over 1,000 spirits inhabit its rooms. Investigators focus particular attention on Sarah's bell tower, which she originally used to summon workers and alert them to fires. Modern folklore insists she rang it 13 times at midnight and 2 a.m. to call forth spirits, though no historical evidence supports this claim. How do we explain thousands of people reporting similar experiences in the same building over many decades? Whose truth prevails? Two completely different stories about Sarah Winchester compete for public belief today. The official Winchester Mystery House website tells visitors that a medium warned Sarah about angry spirits killed by Winchester guns. These ghosts demanded she build continuously for 38 years, creating confusing rooms and hallways to trap the vengeful dead. This version has made millions of dollars through tours, movies, and television shows that present Sarah as a woman controlled by supernatural forces. Historian Mary Jo Ignafo found this story was built on lies created after Sarah died. The Brown family rented the house just 5 months after Sarah passed away in 1922. These carnival workers did not invent the ghost rumors completely, but they made them much more dramatic to sell tickets. Workers who knew the house before Sarah's death revealed that many spooky details were added later. The famous 13 robe hooks were installed just 5 years before 2020, not during Sarah's lifetime. The choice between these versions matters beyond history books. One story describes Sarah as a woman trapped by supernatural fear, consulting spirits and holding meetings with the dead. The other reveals a wealthy widow with a building hobby, beautiful gardens, and loyal workers who lived a normal life. The real mystery is not why Sarah built strange rooms, but why Americans prefer the ghost story over the truth about a woman who simply enjoyed construction projects.